Hey guys, so I'm here today with, this isn't really like a review, it's more so like a, hey, check out this thing that I got, here's brief initial thoughts on it, do with them what you will. I kind of had to set up and get recording in a hurry because I'm losing my light. I'm about an hour from sunset, so hence, why my microphone's in the shot. It's just, let's get it set up, let's get it recorded and uploaded, and whatever happens, happens. So what I want to talk about today are these little guys that I picked up last night. Well, actually, Wesley picked them up for me. These are the Yoobi mini journals, I think is what they're called. Come on, camera focus. I will manually adjust the focus if I have to, but I was hoping it would autofocus okay. Anyway, these are the Yoobi mini journals. They are 3.5 by 5.5 little journals, and we found them at Target. I don't know if Yoobi is only carried by Target, but that's the only place I've really seen it. But Yoobi is a company that sells like school supplies and some office supply stuff in these pretty bright, fun colors because they're kind of geared towards kids. And their whole shtick is for every item that you buy, they donate an item or similar item or something like that. There's some sort of donation model. But I've tried a few of their products. Everything I've tried before, I've been decently happy with. I mean, they're pretty cheap. They, it's kind of a big box store kind of thing. So, you kind of get what you pay for. But everything I've had, I've been more or less okay with. So let's take a look at these guys. I don't remember if I said this. It's a 3-pack, and it was $3 for the 3-pack, so super cheap for notebooks like this. They did come shrink wrapped. I just took it off because I already did my marker test in it so that I could show you guys the results and not have you sit here and wait. But they come shrink wrapped. They have a belly band. I think there's more colors than just this one, but this one came with 2 blue notebooks and 1 kind of craft brown notebook. And the bindings are stitched. You can kind of see that there. So it is a stitched binding. And surprisingly, all of them are decently straight for, the price. Let's see if that'll focus. Come on. You want to focus. Some days I feel like my camera just doesn't like me very much. Let's see if I can find where my controls went to on my computer. Oop. Take it off of autofocus, and there we go. So you can see the stitching is decently straight on all of them. I mean, it's not perfect, but for about $1 a notebook, it's not bad either. So let's turn the autofocus back on, see how that goes. So yeah, so like I said, there's 2 blues and 1 craft. The craft is just a plain smooth cover. The only branding is just this little Yoobi on the back. It's the same for all of them. On the blue ones it's white, and on the craft one it's black. So like I said, the craft one is just a smooth cover. These blue ones are kind of fun. I think you can maybe sort of catch it. I'll bring it up closer and adjust the focus, but it is sort of a textured cover, and it's not showing up super well, and I don't really know how I can move it so that the light will catch it better. Huh, that's a bummer. Okay, maybe if I get it really close. There we go. So there you can kind of see it. So those diagonal lines, that's actually texture in the cover. And these blue covers kind of have like a plasticky sort of feel to them. They're not super flimsy. I mean, they are like a cardboard with some sort of coating on it, but they're not super flimsy on any of them. They're about with kind of the regular craft field notes in terms of, how tough they feel. So then the inside of these are all the same. So I'm only going to show you one, and let's see if I can. Okay, so this is the one that I did my test in. So I will just focus on this one. The inside is the same, and they say on the package that they're lined, and I think they only come in the lined version. But it's not just that they're lined, it's that they have lines, and then at the very top they have this little today is, little line, so you could write the date, and then they have the little Yoobi sort of toucan down at the bottom, which is super cute. Come on. I have my camera at a super weird angle too, so. Oh, why won't you? There. Come on, buddy. Whatever. So yeah, so it's like that on all the pages. All the pages are like that. And yeah, I mean, the printing seems to be decent. The paper is very thin. It feels like maybe it feels a little thinner even than kind of like the 50-pound paper that they were using in field notes, but it's decently smooth. Like it feels okay. It's not great and it's not horrible. Like I've had worse. It's better than what you'd get in like a dollar composition notebook. It's maybe on par with what you'd get in like one of those like monthly, weekly planners. That's kind of how this paper feels, if you know what I mean. It doesn't say on the little belly band anywhere how many sheets there are, but I counted it. There are 32 total sheets in the notebook, so 64 pages. And so they're all lined like this. And then I did my little marker test in the back, so I will show you guys what I did. So I did 2 pencils. I did like a Sharpie pen and a Pigma Micron and a Pigma brush pen that I just happen to have. I don't have a lot of pens inked up right now, and I didn't have a lot of stuff immediately able to be grabbed. And then I did 2 fountain pens that I just happen to have inked up. One has Pilot Blue Black, and the other has Platinum Carbon Black. Don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. And then the kind of yellow smear that you see, that's just a Sharpie highlighter. And then those 2 gray lines are just swipes from a water brush pen that I had. This isn't really the kind of notebook where you'd want to be doing like watercolor stuff, but I figured, what the heck, I have it, let's test it. So as you can see right up here, the 2 pencils, they both smeared a little bit. This was 10 passes with a dry finger. So they both smeared a little bit, but not too bad. And these are both pencils that are like the HB, the Palomino HB is a little bit softer HB, and then the 2B is obviously a decently soft pencil. So I think, you could make an HB work in here, or you could make like harder pencils work just fine. And it all just depends on your personal tolerance for kind of smearing and transferring. The 2 felt tip pens seem to do just fine, no like feathering or anything, and I didn't notice much feathering at all. Yeah, really any feathering from these guys either. I think these are both like medium nibs, like one's a Pilot medium nib and one is a Lamy medium, so kind of take that for what you will. I wouldn't use like super broad nibbed fountain pens in here, but they're not going to feather horribly. And then if we flip over to the back of that page, so you can take a look at the back, you can see that there is some like ghosting or show through, like you can see the writing on the other side, but there's not really a lot of bleed through. Like there were a couple spots on this water brush where it bled through a little bit, and I think a couple spots on the brush pen, and then just a couple of little tiny spots on the fountain pen, but not a ton. Let's see if I can get it. See if I can get it just a little bit closer. So yeah, definitely not enough to make the page unusable on the back. Like I've had worse with other 3.5 by 5.5 notebooks. So I definitely think that this notebook is usable for whatever you want to throw at it. Obviously assuming that you aren't trying to do anything crazy in it. So my thoughts on these: for about $1 a notebook, I think they are very economical. They are also very... The design is a little bit childish, with the way that the pages are laid out. So I think that where these notebooks really excel is maybe for kids. Like if you have kids and they, want to, write, like they want to have their own notebook like mommy or daddy, or they want to, like they're always trying to steal your notebooks. I definitely think these are a good option. Like they're not going to get torn up by kids wanting to just color all over in them and write all over in them, and it gives them something that's theirs. So I think in terms of like a 3.5 by 5.5 notebook geared towards kids, I think this is great. I don't really know how much of a market there is for that kind of outside of like pen people, but I'd say like if you have kids and they like this size of notebook, I definitely recommend this. I think it's great for kids and great for adults who maybe just need sort of like a notebook to make like, you could write to-do lists or grocery lists or something in here, or you could do some journaling in here even if you like it. Just because the design is maybe geared towards children doesn't mean that it's not for adults. But I think it's very good. And it could even be used for like morning pages or something. So I think there's a lot of utility here for not a lot of cost. And I am always down for that kind of stuff. So yeah, like I said, Yoobi, found them at Target, $3 for a 3-pack, and that's all I got. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!